I realized while I was making my last video that I kind of wasn't explicit enough in how little you should trust a tooltip and what the tooltip is saying. And I just wanted to do a little bit of very quick testing for whether or not shadow damage applies to corpse explosion damage, because it's actually like pretty easy to see the number differences. And I want to show you the tests that we currently have with the stats that we currently have so it makes sense. So right now, I have a character, they're level 91, I'm in World Tier 1, and we're going to maintain a bunch of variables and then change a single thing. We're using a very low damage weapon right here. There's basically nothing on it at all. Right now, our tooltip is saying that we do 249 damage. The important thing to note is that this does roll over a range, so sometimes you'll do slightly less damage, sometimes you'll do slightly more damage. It's per monster that's in the area. So one spell doesn't even do the same damage to each monster, which I think is very interesting, but I can't really explain that one. It's just kind of how it works. But I want to go ahead and look at the stats that are relevant to my character for the damage that we currently deal. So if you look down all of this, the first thing that you'll see is that we have all damage 65. I can't reduce this in any way without breaking my character, so we're just going to have that bonus amount of damage on the character. We're not going to fight elite monsters. We're not going to be distant. We're going to be close. We are going to remove the healthy status from the monsters by getting them below 80% life and keeping them above injured status, so somewhere between 70 to 40% life, so that the damage is consistent and we don't have to worry about these variables. I will lose my healthiness, so I will drop down below 80% life, so that is no longer a thing. I will not be fortified, and I currently have 15% shadow damage. So let's go ahead and get all that set up, and we'll see what type of damage we're consistently doing against a monster. So we have these two fine dapper chappers here. They are below healthy. I am below healthy. Right now I only have 80% additive damage on my skill. I cast the corpse explosion here. And we're currently doing 14 and 12 damage. Okay, that's great. I'll cast another one just so we can see it again. We're doing 12 and 13 damage. That makes sense. Let me get on back over here. Come on. And then we're doing mid-teens. We have yet to do above mid-teens worth of damage. And there we're doing low teens worth of damage. And I'll go ahead and I'll throw darkness back on, which again is doubling our effective bonus additive damage that we have at this point. And we are now doing high teens worth of damage, which is what you would expect if you were to take a base damage, which when you add 80 to it is only doing 14 damage, and add on another 80. So let's go ahead and do this real quick. And here we're doing into the 20s. So that's just like very conclusive that shadow damage on your gear absolutely increases corpse explosion damage. Just like, that's kind of all I got. It just like, it is accurate. Now they are getting dangerously close to becoming injured, so we can't obviously continue to do our testing here. That's like kind of it, you know? So we were doing somewhere around like base like 8 or 9 damage. Adding on 80% of that was getting us into the mid-teens. Adding on another 80% of that is getting us into the high teens and into the low 20s. So that seems like very, very simple to test, and like the math plays out easily. Let me know if you think that like I screwed something up or it doesn't make sense, or you think that there's some other shenanigans going on here. But again, you can like see my character sheet. You can see that we have now gained a bunch of shadow damage after putting on our glyph. You knew we were not healthy. We didn't have fortify. We made sure they weren't injured. We made sure they weren't healthy. Made sure that we weren't healthy. They're not elites. We weren't distant from them. We were close to them. So we have the smallest like damage bonus from this. And then we're not overpowering. We're not vulnerable, and we're not critting. There's kind of nothing else that can really be at play here. And yeah, I think that's about it. I just wanted to kind of put that out. And thank you very much for watching. I hope that that helps. And at the very least, now you know that like those stats do work and you kind of don't have to worry about it. So thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.